I had to race to get to this sunset, and I think it was worth it. Now, I don't know if any Michigan summer is really complete without an impromptu road trip. If there's any case for keeping your gear packed and your batteries charged, this would be the reason. Let me explain how I got here.
I just finished season 3 of Stranger Things, and much to my surprise, it was still light out. And I knew if I hurried, I could make it out to Holland State Park before sunset. So I grabbed my gear and left. As it turns out, my friend Eric saw the signs of an epic sunset and was doing the same thing at Grand Haven Beach. This is what we were looking for. Mid-level clouds with a high vertical height and maybe a few stratus clouds for some extra style points. Then just sit back and wait for the colors to pop. As for me, I made it out to Holland with just enough time to hide a few cameras in the rocks and head out on my board.
By the time I finished shooting, it was already dark and I decided to stay over for the next day. My friend suggested that I go to this park.
This is Lake Town Beach. It's incredibly scenic, and unfortunately, it was too windy to paddle and too choppy to surf. So instead, I just relaxed and took in the views.
It's actually starting to rain pretty bad, so I'm gonna meet some of my friends at the pub. So my friends from New Holland are actually sitting right there, so I'm gonna go meet them.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what up?
Perfect. Cheers, guys.
Hey.
Did you finish Stranger Things yet?
No.
I did last night.
You finished last night?
Yeah.
They were waiting for him to finish.
The part where, okay.
La, 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 la.
Oh my gosh,
Dude,
that was the
I've
best.
rewatched that on YouTube like 10 times.
I was sitting on my couch, finished Stranger Things, and then I grabbed this camera and headed here. So like that's how I got here. Is I ended it and I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with my life
Right,
now?
that's
And then I was like, oh, I'll go watch a sunset.
Yeah.
That's it for me. That's the end of my impromptu Holland road trip. I was able to meet a couple of my friends. I was able to hit a couple of the state parks and get some awesome footage, including the sunsets. I thought that was just awesome. And if you find yourself down here, make sure that you visit some of the parks and you head over to New Holland Brewing and check them out. They've been a center point of the community for the last 22 years, and their beer, well, it's delicious. Till next time, cheers.